Hello, welcome back to Borderlands, a pre-sequel. I am now level 20 as the Jack Doppelganger class. Thought I'd give you an update on my impressions. So, I'm gonna be honest, at first I was not super impressed with the class. I mean, I was impressed with the class at the beginning in that video, but after that, I wasn't hugely impressed. To me, and I know a lot of people are probably going to disagree with this, he felt very weak. At least until like level 13. But now, basically after I killed Bonson, I've been having a lot of fun with the class. The class is very powerful. It's just a very fun class. I've been going down this skill tree. The greater good skill tree. My Digijacks now have shotgun lasers. They when they spawn, they make a shock nova. When they die, they can set an explosion off. When a Jack dies, I gain regeneration, health regeneration. When I kill an enemy, I get 18 plus weapon damage, which is pretty damn cool. Now, this class seems to be the class where you get more of like the fun stuff down the end. But the problem is this stuff up here is rather dull. Because, this is basically Athena here, you know, swapping weapons to get your fire rate up. And I didn't want to go down there, because I was like, I've already done that with Athena, basically. Now, I haven't even really checked out this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to respec. So I can show you a few of these things down here. So you've got increases weapon swap speed. That's rather dull, if I do say so myself. This is, I'm not a huge fan of this, but we're going to get that. Throwing a grenade has a chance to reload all quick weapons. Again, that's terrible. Now this is kind of interesting. Shooting an enemy applies compound interest to that enemy, causing it to accrue interest for 5 seconds. That's pretty interesting. Now you got this. This is apparently really powerful. Money shot. Or money is power. Sorry, I don't know why I said money shot. Basically, every time you pick up money, you gain a stack, and you get 0.25% bonus damage, and it stacks up to 999, and these never degrade. The only time they degrade is if you die, or if you leave the game. So this is a really amazing skill if you're doing a long play session. If you're farming and saving quitting, it's probably really terrible. Now this here, this is really cool. This is what I'm interested in. You see that? Just got 2 lasers on there. If I press V, I now get this. That's pretty damn awesome. But this is itself, and that has like a 20-second cooldown.
So many skills, so little patience for reading.
Now, this I'm not a huge fan of. Company Man, gain increased accuracy and critical hit damage of all gun type based on the number of pieces of Hyperion gear you have equipped. That's really crap. Increases your fire rate with all gun types. The bonus is based on how many bullets are currently in the magazine of all your equipped guns. The emptier your gun's magazines, the greater the bonus. So that's not that great, really, either. Probably going to get a few of this. And then we get this. Now, this is pretty cool. As you can see, when I do a butt slam, I now shoot lasers. That's pretty damn cool. Pretty damn cool. But what I've been going down is this tree here, and this seems very powerful. He seems like a very good survival class. I think Jack himself, like the Doppelganger himself, he feels a little bit weak. If I'm being honest, he doesn't feel insanely powerful. But at the same time, he is very powerful. It's a bit weird. So you got this here. Whenever a Digijack dies, you gain a stack of calibrate. You and your Digijacks gain a damage bonus. Get that. This here, shotgun lasers, do a bit more damage. This is really good because it's like if an ally enters fight for your life or Digijack dies, you regenerate health for a few seconds. This effect can stack up to 10 times. Now, this also counts as counts if you are just moving. Because if you're moving, the Digijacks will despawn and respawn next to you. That also counts as them dying. So if you're constantly on the move, this is a really good skill. Now, I don't want this, because this is a bit poop here. Basically, when your Digijack dies, he sets off an explosion, but when he respawns, he has less health. That's not really that great. Killing an enemy increases your movement speed for a short time and instantly restores a portion of your shields. That's pretty cool. And you got this. When a Digijack spawns, he sets off a shock nova. We're going to go with that for now. That is pretty good. So, I am at the... Where am I? I have no idea. Let's have a look here. I'm at watch your step. Huh. Right. Now, I'm a little bit salty on this DLC. I'm a little bit salty on this DLC because, like, they released a DLC for like £8, but they haven't fixed any of the bugs. The game is still insanely buggy. The game has bugged so many times for me already. It's a bit ridiculous how many bugs there are. Enemies will just stand still and won't attack you. You can spawn our Digijacks here. As you can see, they did a shock nova. They now have shotgun lasers. As you can see, pretty cool. And if you move away from them, they will respawn next to you. This counts as them dying, and now I get regenerating health. It's pretty cool.
And the world just got 25% more handsome. Back here.
Yeah, the game is incredibly buggy. Enemies won't attack you. They'll just stand still. I've had quest NPCs to stop in their tracks and won't move, causing me to restart the game. You know, you got this still. This is a bug here. That should not be happening. As you can see, Jack himself, he dies quite quickly. At least it feels like he dies quite quickly. But he's extremely powerful. I got to Felicity at like level 16, and I killed her instantly. Like, it was, he's very powerful. He's kind of like Nisha. She's kind of like a glass cannon. Same with this. But I'd say Jack is definitely stronger. But I'm not sure if his actual skill is that interesting. You know, when you compare it to, like, Nisha, or Claptrap, or even, you know, Athena and Wilhelm, I don't know if his skill is super interesting. He just spawns 2 clones of himself, and then he just starts shooting. They just start shooting. And you're not really doing much, it's them that's doing it, you know what I mean? So I don't know if the skill is very involved. You know, like Athena, you have the shield up, you're constantly blocking bullets. You got to shoot, you can throw your shield after it's run out. And it's pretty cool. I have no idea where we're going now. As you can see, I have got to the lunar landing station, but I think the game might have bugged and not activated the fast travel, even though I was right next to it. As you can see, the game is incredibly buggy. which kind of annoys me that they release a DLC but don't fix any of the bugs. It's like, oh, we're happy to release a DLC that costs £8, a new character. That isn't super interesting. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, his voice acting is really funny. It's really great. His dialogue is really good. If you love Jack, I would say you're probably going to love this. But honestly, I don't really like Jack in Borderlands pre-sequel. I just think he's an arsehole. Whereas in Borderlands 2, he was a lovable arsehole. Like, he was a lovable dick. I hated him. But I really liked hating him. I just don't think his skill is super interesting. I mean, he just spawns to... When you compare it to, like, Athena or Nisha, his skill isn't super fun, I don't think. He's kind of like, I think he's kind of on par with, like, Wilhelm. Because Wilhelm just spawns two, you know, a wolf, two wolves. And, you know, that's not insanely interesting, because you're not really doing anything. They're doing it.
Just got 25% more hands up. Attention, adversary detected. Who needs a hero?
But I'm still having a lot of fun, because the game, inherently, the gameplay is a lot of fun in this game, and Jack is incredibly powerful, which makes it fun. It's still fun to see the Digijacks appear and reappear. They look really cool. But I don't know if he's insanely interesting, you know what I mean? Like, if I had to... Obviously, we're only level 20, so we don't even... You know, he might become really interesting, you know, later down the line, level 40, level 50, who knows. But if I was to name my favourite classes from, like, 1 to 5, I'd say Athena, then Nisha, then... What are you doing? Then Wilhelm. Wilhelm and Jack are probably on the same level, and then Frag Trap, because Frag Trap is terrible. I hate him. He's terrible. But the game is still incredibly fun to play. Like, it's just the gameplay is so fluid, so much fun. When you're just killing enemies, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with being incredibly overpowered. I think that's fine. I think that's fun. Let people be overpowered. It's a single player game. Now, Borderlands, you know, since Borderlands 2, it's been going in, like, it's had these, like, stack things, and I kind of wish maybe they would veer away from that a bit, and just, because, you know, like, everything stacks now. You get stacks of this, you get stacks of that. I kind of wish they would maybe I mean, keep them. I mean, they're fine. I mean, I like them. I just kind of wish there was maybe less and maybe more actual just fun, interesting skills like the lasers and, you know, when you do a butt slam, you shoot lasers off. Have more of that, you know. But I don't even know if those lasers are very good. I don't think they're actually that great, really. You know what I mean? They're not... I don't know if they're actually that powerful, really. I mean, they're way better than just doing this, obviously. Like I said, if you're a huge Borderlands fan, this is worth it, because you've got another character to choose from to play the game. But if you're a person who just played the game once, there's no reason to get him. There's no reason. It's not gonna... It doesn't change the gameplay at all, really. You know, not really at all. You know, he's not insanely interesting. He might as... He's basically a... Because, you know, Wilhelm can spawn 2 of his wolves. Basically, Jack spawns 2 clones of himself. They're kind of similar, other than the fact that the Digijacks have less mobility. I would say Handsome Jack, the Doppelganger, he's a great survival character. Great survival character. I just don't know if his skill... I wish his skill was a bit more involved. You know, like I said, you're not really doing much. They're doing... You know, the skill isn't you doing anything. The skill is the clones doing stuff. I think that's why... And obviously this is completely personal preference. You know, you may love him. I don't regret buying him because it's another character. It's another choice.
That's right. The good guys are here. Jack here, the real one.
I mean,
I just think... I don't know. I just like Athena more because you're constantly pulling up your shield, you're constantly shooting, you're constantly deflecting bullets, you're throwing your shield. I like Athena because she's a bit more involved, and same with Nisha. I think in Borderlands 1 and 2 I played as Roland and Axton, and I think I'm over having like a turret, you know, helping me. I like having just me and like my skill being more involved and not being separate from me. You know, Athena's skill is not separate from her. It's just her. It's another part of her. It's a shield. Same with Nisha, but with Jack, his skill is apart from him. It is apart from him. It's a separate entity from him. But I still enjoy him. He's still fun to play. I mean, the game is incredibly fun to begin with. The gameplay is incredibly fun. I don't think... You know, he's incredibly fun. Like I say, it's cool to see new skills. Where am I going here? I'm barely lost. Very lost. Death by blowtorch. Wilhelm, no!
Attention, entering positive atmosphere.
Like, I think maybe when you're like really high level, like 40 and 50, I think he'll become a lot more interesting. I just think low level, he's not very good. But when you get to like level 13, 14, he becomes pretty powerful. But he's still not very interesting. You know what I mean? I mean, this stuff is, I don't know. Like I said, I still enjoy him because it's fun. Hey, look here. On my mark, press F during your action skill to cause your Digijacks to throw a copy of your grenade. I mean, that's not super interesting, really. And not, I barely use grenades. Ever. Like, I don't think I've thrown a grenade in the last 2 hours of me playing the game. That's the thing. I think if you really like Handsome Jack, you're gonna love it, because yeah, this is a. I mean, I think that goes without saying anything, really. I think that goes without saying, you know, because he's got. You know, you're gonna really like the DG Jacks. You're gonna like the lasers. What the hell? Hello? I've been locked out. Yeah. As you can see, the game is buggy as balls. And that's what I think I'm most pissed off with this DLC about, is that they released an £8 DLC and they haven't fucking fixed any of the bugs. It's still a buggy mess. It's like, it seems wrong to charge for a DLC when you haven't fixed the game yet. Because like the game is still in a poor state. It should have never been launched in a state, and it's a month after release, and it is still in a state. Like, there's bugs everywhere, glitches and bugs everywhere you turn. Now, Borderlands 2 had a lot of glitches and bugs, but that game was a lot bigger than this. It was huge. I mean, especially with all the DLCs in it. I mean, and most of the bugs weren't game-breaking bugs like this. They were just funny little glitches. But yeah, if you like Handsome Jack, I would recommend it a lot, because I mean, it feels very true to the character. You got the Digijacks, you got the lasers. That's really cool. Stuff like that. He makes witty remarks. His voice acting is really funny and good, really great. Made me smile and giggle a few times. I don't think his skills are super interesting. You know, they kind of feel a bit bland. And I think it's just personal preference. I just think it's just personal preference. I don't hate Jack. He's fun. He's fun. I mean, the game's fun. I mean, I don't even really hate Claptrap. It's still fun to play through the game because the game is inherently fun. I just don't find him super interesting. You know, he doesn't really captivate me like Athena and Nisha does. You know what I mean? I don't feel involved as much. So yeah, that's my, I guess, first impressions. How rude. I'm trying to talk. That's my first impressions, level 20. I'll probably do another update at, like, maybe 50. I don't know if I'll go that far with him. But, yeah, he's still fun to go through the game with. Like I said, if you like Jack, you're going to love him. Because he's very Jack. He's very Jack. But his real name is Timothy.